Hey guys, and welcome to part 3 of the Patterson Family Home Speed Build series that I'm doing here. This part is focusing on the dining room and kitchen. They're a little bit different from the other room that I've done so far. So I've done the living room and the house itself. Those are the first 2 videos that I've posted. If you haven't seen those yet, I will make sure to link them for you so that you can watch them if you're interested. So today I am focusing, like I said, on the dining room. It's a lot different than I anticipated it to be. Like, you can tell that at first I was doing something a little bit more traditional or more family, I don't know, lived in. And then I end up going with this whole formal thing, and I actually really like the way it turns out. I don't know if it fits the family, but it at least is somewhere for them to sit as a family and have dinner, so I think that's important to them, and that's where I end up with it in the end. So it's a pretty dark theme in this room. There ends up being lots of lights to kind of brighten it up, but the furniture is all really dark. And in my imagination, because I'm creating this kind of story in my head for this family, I'm thinking that the parents, when they got married, they got the dining set as a wedding present or something like that from one of their parents. And even though it doesn't totally fit their style, they just haven't been in a place where they can just go out and buy a brand new set. But I do imagine that if they ever throw parties, they're going to be pretty awesome, because there's a small bar in there and they can host a lot of people. And the mom is a aspiring chef, so it's kind of perfect for her in case she goes down the mixology path on the chef career path. So if she wants to practice making drinks, she can do that, or she can go cook in the kitchen, which is pretty great too. I wanted the paintings to be a little bit more modern looking, considering that so much of this room is so like classic and stark and dark and pretty, and I don't know. It is totally something I would love in my home if I had one. If I had a big enough house with its own dining room, I would want it to be kind of like this. It makes me think of like Beetlejuice or something. It's just kind of like a creepy formal room, but it's awesome. Let me know what you guys think, because I just think that it's really cool looking, and I can't really get over it. It's so simple, but it is just beautiful, and it does not match anything else in the house, so it's very eclectic in my point of view. And I definitely always like to put a hutch in if I have a formal dining room. So if you keep watching my build videos in the future, then you'll notice that I do that pretty commonly. See, that's how quickly that room came together. It just kind of fell together in quick succession there. So now I am working on the kitchen. The kitchen starts out really like traditional, or like craftsman style, so it's kind of like that every house in 1996. I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but I had friends who moved into brand new houses in 1996, and I have a couple of different friends whose houses all looked exactly the same. So I started it out that way, and then I kind of changed it up a little bit later on, but I really do love these countertops from Parenthood. I ended up switching those out, but I think that they look really cute in most rooms, so I always start with them. I do struggle with the placement of the island. I knew from the get-go that I really wanted it to be the kind of island that had the oven built in, but based on all of the other items, I wanted to make sure that everything fit in, and I didn't want the chairs to not be usable. I actually didn't play test this room. I mean, everything's going to be functional except maybe the chairs on the end of the island, which is fine. That's why I put a full dining room in this house, is because I don't actually expect them to totally use the kitchen island for sitting and eating or whatever, but I feel like if it were my house, if it were me, then there would be those 2 separate spaces, one for breakfast in the morning and one for dinner at night, or something like that. That's just kind of the way that I see formal dining rooms in comparison to eat-in kitchens. It comes together pretty quickly, actually. I had a really clear idea. I really wanted to use the round island because I rarely ever do, and I really do like the way that it turned out. And I just love the way that looks. I think there's an element to it that's very like mid 50s 60s era, and that's why earlier I was using the old-fashioned refrigerator and that stuff, because it's things that I would want for my own home. I guess I would totally decorate my house in like a 50s diner theme if I could. I would have a Beetlejuice dining room, seriously, and like a Coca-Cola themed kitchen, possibly. I mean, I probably wouldn't. I mean, I would consider it, but I think that if I actually did that, my boyfriend would not be happy and he would not want to live with me. Not if it were like totally themed. I think he'd be okay more so with like an old-fashioned themed kitchen, or as long as everything is totally up to date and fully functional. I don't know. I should have him tell me. He's likely to watch this video, so I'll make sure that he lets me know. So right now I am just starting to finally bring everything together, but there is going to be a point shortly where I end up changing everything out, so don't get too used to it. It does look nice. I do like the way that it looks at the moment, but it's not my whole, it just doesn't end up staying this way. I don't really know how else to articulate it, but there are some aspects of this part that I really do like, the way that they turned out, and so far it's pretty cute. Okay, here I am searching for that damn Parenthood curfew thing, I don't even know what it's called, and I still don't know what it's called, and I spent a really long time looking for it. Ended up having to go into the pre-made rooms, looking specifically in Parenthood. Like, it took me a while, but and you'll see me do it because it's really annoying. But that's what I was doing at first there. But yeah, look, I am going through the pre-made rooms specifically from the Parenthood pack to find that damn thing. And there it is. I'm glad I found it, because this family has a teenage girl and I think it'd be fun for the gameplay. But at first I was just like, this is lame and it's not working, and I was really upset. But I'm glad actually that I did that, because I ended up finding some other things in this room, this pre-made room, that I really liked, so it ended up working out. It's just funny because I want to use that item all the time, but I just still do not know what it's called. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this particular room that I ended up switching out in this build, or in this kitchen that I'm making, because of the pre-made room. I just thought it ended up looking really cute. Also, I do know that for sure if I ever get a house of my own, when I get a house of my own, and if I'm ever able to redecorate it, I am going to have subway tile in at least one of the rooms, if not like the kitchen and the bathrooms, because there's something about it that just makes me feel really cozy inside. I don't know what it is. Maybe not cozy, but like, it feels clean. Clean is probably the right word. Also, I'm really glad that I didn't use this wallpaper in the living room. I think I leave it. I can't. We'll have to wait until the very end, because I forgot what the screenshots look like already. But I love that wallpaper. Those, I don't know if they're Monstera leaves or what they're trying to go for, but they're so pretty. And it's another thing that I would love an accent wall in my own house with that wallpaper. I kind of wish that there was one that didn't have the chair rail, because that was a EA update from a few months ago. I just remember randomly seeing it all of a sudden, so I know that it hasn't been around the entire time. So I would love to have a full wall, ceiling to floor, no chair rail version of this wallpaper. I think it's really pretty. And here I am changing out the cupboards, or everything. I'm just changing everything. I really actually do like the way that this looks so much better than I did the prior version, but I'm a little annoyed with myself that I started out with the Parenthood one, because that's what I always start out with. And there are many options or many times where I'll change it out. So it happens too often for me to start with it every time. I think I get excited because it's cute, and then I think, but I don't actually think it would look good here, and I finally change it. So it works out in the end. I keep the island the way that it was when I first placed it, so it all works out. And now I am going to get ready to start the bathroom. And like I said in my last video, the way that I know that I am wrapping up one video is by one room is by starting the next room. So as you could see, I kind of went into the bathroom a moment ago, so I'm going to start working on the bathroom in my next video, so look out for that. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of the things if you want to keep up with this series. I have a few more videos left because I have every bedroom upstairs, and I want to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a lovely day.